LeBron James partied even harder than Jay-Z at Diddy's parties. I'm about to make a documentary about him. He once said no party compares to Diddy's. Diddy's parties aren't made for regular people. No phones, no cameras, just NDAs and a room full of bodies. If you've ever been to that house on Star Island in Miami, you'd understand. Now picture LeBron walking in over 6'8", the brightest presence in the room. Before midnight, LeBron had already taken off his shirt and was pouring tequila into people's mouths on the dance floor. And I'm not talking about Savannah. He was surrounded by models from Paris, dancers from Atlanta, and one R&B singer I can't name because she's married now. By 1 a.m., LeBron was standing on the table and the whole crowd was going wild with him. Every woman at that party had their eyes on LeBron. He wasn't relying on money, it was all about presence. When it comes to letting loose, LeBron makes Jay look like a church volunteer. I will send every single one of these parasites to prison and clean this circle up a bit.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
In a documentary, there's a couple things I'll share with you guys on what I took away from it. But Rob, maybe share the clip on how he got access to some of the footage of the documentary. Is this the one, Rob?
Yep.
Go for it.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day.
Perhaps.
Combs' team firing back in a statement to NBC News, saying the Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece and that they relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. His team sending a cease and desist.
All right, gang, what's up? Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Coming in, shout out to the game, man. Appreciate everybody's flood the comments with ain't no party like a Diddy party. That's a statement that LeBron James wish he would have never made, because now that statement is coming to bite LeBron James in the ass. All right, let's get to this headlines real quick, gang. I'm finna show y'all.
Diddy. Investigators reached out to him and they want a statement from him. Federal investigators want a statement from him. What do you mean ain't no party like a Diddy party?
No Diddy. It's going down. Watch this, gang. Let's do some headlines. Look. Let me let y'all see this real quick. It's right in your face. All you got to do is look at the forest and stop looking at the trees. All right, LeBron James, Lakers is becoming clearer and leaves more questions than answered. LeBron James, he left the NBA suddenly with no answers. All right, so it's headline news. What's really going on? All right, LeBron James is leaving the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, and this is all in 2024, gang. Look at the dates. You can go and verify this yourself. You can go to Google and Google these same titles. All I did was screenshot them for you all's pleasure. To the game, man. Let me see. Okay, so LeBron, because a lot of people say, is this clickbait? Is this clickbait? Whenever you come on the favorite party, Gene, we got paperwork. We got receipts. You will never get clickbait on this channel. All right, let's keep it moving, guys. All right, more headline news. LeBron James reveals why he stepped away from the Lakers. Whenever you step away from the Lakers, you are leaving the NBA. All right, that's in the title. He's leaving the NBA, so he's definitely stepping away from the Lakers. More headline news. LeBron James just left.
I'm with Puff, and he's in exotic bookstores, and he's doing shopping. Right, he's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he's going, I'm just looking at the places where he's picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side, and then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there, and it said butt plugs, And I was like, hey, yo. I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got I just waited at the counter. So when he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like he gave the guy a stack, something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a Jeep.
Let's see. Not only is he leaving gang, LeBron sold his mansion for $39 million. All right. Now, he leaving social media. He leaving the NBA. Now, he just sold his 39. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something too. A lot of people may not know this, but LeBron James bulldozed it in order to get another one. So he is getting another mansion, but he sold his mansion. Remember, I have a bachelor's degree in real estate. Right? Whenever you start settling out of real estate, whenever you start leaving your obligations like playing for the NBA, and whenever you leave social media, and I think I know why.
Party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
So you know.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Yo, how authentic was that thing on social media when they had LeBron in the maid outfit? How authentic was that? Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen that. A lot of people saying it's Photoshop, but I seen different pictures, bro. I done seen like 7 different pictures of him that's made suit. So that particular picture can't be Photoshop if it's 7 different pictures of him in that particular maid suit, unless all 7 of those pictures in different angles is Photoshop. So I don't think a lot of people say it is Photoshop. Shout out to Miss Cat Dog.
Just 50 Cent's name being attached to it again. These are two, as everyone knows, the 3 names in hip hop are Jay-Z, Diddy, 50 Cent when it comes to the status of where you could get as a business or a brand.
I guess so.
So for the top 3 individuals, for one to go at the other and release this doc, I don't know, what does that say to again, I keep asking about the hip hop state of things. What does that say to hip hop? Like,
yeah, man, but you know when guys come on here, man, and they want to come and try to ruin your show and say that shit to some is clickbait, the more and more we try to teach them, the dumber they make us look, bro.
But you know what? That make them look dumb because watch this. I got 3 college degrees, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I own a lot of look, bro, my thing is this, bro. I don't have to be doing this shit, just like you don't have to be. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people depend on this information, and a lot of people love hearing what Paperwork Party and Gene got to say. So for the thousands of people that like hearing we got to say, that's cool. For the 20 people, they need to get the fuck up out of here because it ain't no clickbait over here.
Right, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? But let's just concentrate on the people who
are we our own downfall? I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It all depends on what you consider hip hop. Like, I don't consider any of this debauchery, any of this animalistic crap. I don't consider any of this hip hop. I grew up in hip hop. You know, I know what hip hop culture is.
It's rumored that he's been asked to come in, you know, and investigators reached out to him and they want a statement from him. Federal investigators want a statement from him. What do you mean ain't no party like a Diddy party?
And bro, I'll be sick too. If I'm at a Lakers game and it's feds all in the front row looking at you talking about, yeah, we gonna get a statement, nigga, I wouldn't go to the games either. I miss the games too, nigga. Yeah, you talking about, nigga, you think the feds ain't going to LeBron games and saying nigga ain't no party like a Diddy party? We know what's going on? Come on, bro.
and we don't even know who they said. And then there's certain women's out here that state, I don't know how authentic their statements are, but they're saying that there's tapes with them with A-list celebrities having sex with.
Yes.
LeBron is an A-list celebrity, allegedly. But no, LeBron is an A-list celebrity.
Start off with Diddy basically recording him coming back to New York, recording himself, hiring a camera crew to technically turn himself in. 5 days before he turned in, he came back to New York, based on his lawyer's 6 days. Apologies. Based on his lawyer's recommendation, saying that, of course, he's cooperating. But for him to be recording this,
yeah, Mark Agnew Fatfo, I'm calling him.
Yeah. Do you think his lawyers suggest? I mean, do you think that's just Diddy hubris, or like what was that as far as him just saying, "I'm gonna record this whole process of"?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
We should ask. We should ask Mr. Busby. Is LeBron James next on the list to be indicted? That's what we should do. We should call Mr. Huh?
You got Busby number?
Yeah, I got Busby's cell number right here. We should call Busby and be like, "Hey, is LeBron?" Matter of fact, let me put the question up. The question for the day, gang. Ain't nobody trying to be funny. Will LeBron James be indicted with Diddy? That's the question for the day. Diddy done already been indicted. LeBron James say it ain't no party like a Diddy party. Busby say it's a lot of people on the list that he ain't said he ain't.
That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you got to realize he ran with that that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy. And they're gonna have to bring that to forefront because the prosecutor's gonna want those tapes. And they're gonna do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. So we just better hope for his sake, that's just a bunch of bull crap. But then there's lawyers out there saying, yeah, the tape does exist. Lawyers got on television to say the tapes exist. I don't really know or trust that, because they was trying to say he had a tape with one of the bodyguards and this lady that came out. So we don't know what to think. That's not Cassie doing, that's his doing, and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You gotta realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell, he learned from Russell Simmons, he learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's gonna make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons and he had a house and he had a a man in bikini draws in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bruh, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them. Let me put that. And I'm not gonna say alleged because I saw that for my own self. My man was with me, Slick was with me, and we saw that for our own self. You understand what I'm saying? So these are behaviors and things that with drugs and all the stuff that's going on, pills, drinking, it can make this man into a monster, and that's what it did, bruh. It made him into a monster, bruh. I personally feel like he got a lot of the things that he did from his mentor, and then he probably did it to the 10th power. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he was a drug abuser. You understand? Russell Simmons admitted that he used to put his hands on women. So it's a learned behavior, bruh. Some of that stuff may be in him through his childhood. Through his childhood, he may have some of that things in him, but a lot of things that he was doing was a learned behavior, bruh. You just don't just turn it in a matter of years the way he was doing people, man. You understand? Check this out, bruh. So my whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
What's that?
I think it's gamma hydrox. I looked it up, bro. Let me see. See if I can find it. I know this is just showing everything like that, but oh no. Let me. Yo, somebody tap dance or sing or do something. You know what I'm saying? While I'm doing this. Oh, here it go right here. It's gamma hydroxy butyric. What is its effect on the body? It's a euphoria, drowsiness, decreased anxiety, and memory impairment. It works on the nervous system and gives you this feeling of euphoria. So they take that and rubbed it on her, and you forget who you are, what you're doing. It can also give you memory loss, drowsiness, and that's under the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration.gov.
And LeBron is acting suspicious by missing all these games, acting like he's sick, this and that, selling his houses and shit.
But better yet, will LeBron James be added to the lawsuit, the civil lawsuit? Will it be added to the civil lawsuit? More so than being indicted?
Or the list, the witness list. Is they trying to get LeBron to testify against Diddy because of the it ain't no party like a Diddy party? He's been to all of them. You see what I'm saying? He may be a witness. Who knows? They may already flipped him. They may have already flipped. You want me to call Busby? Somebody said 1-800-Busby. That's not his cell number. Shout out to Donahue. His cell number not 1-800-Busby.
You know these thirsty people out there talking about yes.
Come on, 1-800-Busby. Somebody said prophet. Shout out to Mystery Singer. I like that. That's a real educated word. I like prophet. I don't know if he got a profit agreement. We ain't found no paperwork of him having a profit agreement, but keep that in mind, Mystery.
Yeah, the U.S. attorneys have to do that. Give him a profit agreement.
Yeah, keep that in mind because he damn sure selling property. I know he don't need no money. You only sell shit when you need money.
Mm-hmm.
He sold. Look, I didn't show you this one right here. He sold the one in Miami too for $18.5 million, bro. He done sold 2 cribs in 2 years. He sold the one in Miami for $18.5 million, and he sold the one in California for $39 million, bro. And he's sick. He's missing all these games and shit.
You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you would hear a boom, 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 a thump or whatever the situation is and stuff like that. Yo, what's up? Everything good? And sometimes they will open the door. I'm right there by the door. Sometimes you see things you don't want to see.
Hey, did they ever try to get you involved? Or
Not at all.
Offer you?
Not at all. Puff did it one time, but that's in my book. When he was coming from Dallas, he had the snow bunnies. And I reneged on that. Nah, I'm good.
Hey, did you see any celebrities Puffy did any of that stuff with, the swinger stuff with?
Yeah, I did.
Tell me about that.
I think I told you about that. One time, him and Sarah and this young girl flew from Atlanta. And they, and flying from Atlanta, we had this artist with us, right? And we were staying in the presidential suite at the hotel. And this particular artist and Puff, they told me, don't let nobody come in the room. So I said, all right, cool. So I propped my chair by the room door while they went in. So this artist's cousin knocked on the door. So I went to him and I let him in because I knew him, I see his face and everything. I seen his face several times before. He said, yo, I gotta speak to my cousin. And I said to him, I said, well, they busy right now, man, and they told me don't let nobody come in the room. He said, yo, I'm going in the room to get my cousin out. And I said, bruh, you ain't going in the room, get your cousin out. They told me nobody could go in the room. So he said, I don't care who you are, what you doing like that. I'm going to get my cousin. He went to go and try to open the room. I grabbed his ass, joked him up, and slammed him on the piano. And the next thing you know, Puff and this artist run out the room naked. And so then I said, I see the artist trying to grab a towel. Puff didn't give a shit. And the artist like, yo, what's wrong? What's going on? What's going on? He like, yo, G, that's my cousin. And I was like, yo, my man, he was trying to get in the room and y'all told me don't let nobody else come in, let nobody come in this room. Jesus Christ gonna have to come take the, Puff no, Jesus gonna have to take the air out my body if anybody coming in that room. And Puff just looked at the artist and the artist said, you ain't wanna come up in there?
We about to dive into some real-life HBO drama, but this ain't scripted. This is about the images we've been sold our whole lives, and what happens when they start to crack. We talking about the top of the mountain, the kings of two different worlds. On one side, you got Sean Diddy Combs, the bad boy, the mogul, the guy who turned hip-hop into a billion-dollar empire with a smile so bright it could blind you. Parties, power, influence. He built a fortress of fame. On the other side, you got LeBron James, the chosen one. More than an athlete, a billionaire businessman, a community icon, the guy with the spotless reputation and the golden family. He's not just playing the game. He owns the damn board. We thought we knew their stories. But hold up, a new voice is crashing the party. And this voice comes from the streets, from the struggle, from a place where survival is the only game. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. 50 ain't just talking trash on Instagram no more, even though he's a master at that. Nah, word is he got a whole documentary locked and loaded. And this ain't no behind the music fluff piece. This is a demolition job. He's allegedly digging up graves nobody wanted opened. Secrets that connect these two pillars of black excellence in ways that'll make your head spin. This is bigger than gossip. This is about power, protection, and the hidden hands that move pieces on the chessboard while we're all watching the game. Why now? Why 50? And what the hell did he find? Strap in. We're going in. First, you gotta understand the sniper behind the lens. 50 Cent is not your friendly neighborhood reporter. He's a strategist, a calculated, petty, genius-level disruptor. This the same nigga who sold 1 million records off pure beef, who turned get rich or die trying. From a slogan to a blueprint, he built an empire on chaos and came out smiling. His social media? It's a weapon. He memes dudes into oblivion. But peep the history. Go back to the shiny suit era. Diddy's bad boy was the polished, champagne-popping establishment. 50's G-Unit was the gritty, street-corner truth. They moved in different lanes, but the side eye was always there. A quiet competition, a difference in flavor. Now flash to the last few years, when them serious, ugly allegations started flying at Diddy from all directions, lawsuits, accusations, the whole nine. 50 Cent didn't just watch. He amplified. He turned the court documents into punchlines, the headlines into hashtags. He was Diddy's personal internet troll, on a mission to drag his name through the digital mud every single day. Some folks called it tasteless. Others called it holding a king's feet to the fire. And LeBron. On the surface, they ain't got the same history. But 50 has always taken shots at Bron. He clowns his political takes, questions his inner circle, and seems to have a problem with how perfect LeBron's whole image is. To 50, LeBron represents a different kind of untouchable, a fortress of good press and corporate love that nobody dares to breach. So the big question, is this documentary just 50's ultimate revenge? A big-budget episode of his long-running Diddy feud? Or did this nigga genuinely uncover a web of connections so deep, so dark, that it's time to burn it all down, no matter who gets caught in the flames? Let's get into the dirt. The doc's main target, the bad boy universe. We past the rumors now. We in lawsuit territory. The image of Diddy as the party king? That's getting ripped back to show something way darker. Allegations of a whole underworld behind the velvet ropes. A world of manipulation, fear, and silence. 50's film ain't just gonna reread the lawsuits. Nah, they say he's trying to expose the system. The machine that kept the train running all these years. We talking about the fixers, who are the shadow dudes. The security that saw too much. The assistants who carried stacks of NDAs thicker than a Bible. The people whose whole job was to make problems disappear. The industry code of silence. This the real one. How, in an industry that loves to talk, did so many stories stay whispers for decades? The documentary probably gone point to paid-off settlements, terrified witnesses, and the ultimate threat, being blacklisted by one of the most powerful niggas in the history of the culture. Cross Diddy, and your career might just vanish. The parties is a trap. Them legendary Diddy white parties in the Hamptons? The exclusive bashes? Were they just good times? Or was the fame, the networking, the opportunity used as bait? A shiny lure to get people into private spaces where the rules changed? They say the documentary got anonymous sources ready to talk about this very thing. This part of the film, it's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be about Takeem, that glossy Love album cover, and showing you the bloody fingerprints on the edges. Now, here's the pivot that could break the internet. The LeBron connection. This is where 50 Cent might be playing with dynamite. LeBron James is the king. His legacy is about winning. On the court, in business, and in the court of public opinion. He's a family man, a philanthropist, the guy who opened schools. So what possible link could he have to Diddy's alleged dark side? 50's teasing a few paths that'll make you side-eye everything. The money trail. These two ain't just celebrities. They're billion-dollar businessmen. They've been in the same elite rooms for years. Same investment meetings. Same luxury events. Same circles of power. The doc might trace the money. Did LeBron's company, LRMR, ever do deals with Combs Enterprises? Did their money ever touch? Even if LeBron ain't know nothing about no foul play, did his financial team ever say, yo, maybe we distance ourselves from this guy? Or was the potential profit too sweet to pass up? The mentor and the phenom. Remember, Diddy has always played the OG, the mentor to the young stars. LeBron, from the moment he hit the league as a teenager, was around that A-list circle. The doc is definitely going to ask, what did young LeBron see at those parties? What conversations did he overhear? Even if he was just there chilling, his presence, his friendship, gave Diddy a certain legitimacy. It made Diddy look like the cool uncle to America's golden boy. The nuclear theory, the shield. This the one. The rumor that's got everybody talking. The idea that LeBron's immaculate image and cultural power indirectly acted as a buffer for Diddy. Think about it. If you're a magazine, a journalist, even another executive, and you hear a wild story about Diddy, but then you see him logan it up with LeBron James, the most respected athlete alive, you might second-guess yourself. You might think, nah, it can't be that bad. LeBron wouldn't mess with a guy like that. The theory says LeBron's light was so bright, it helped hide Diddy's shadows. The fallout. If this doc hits, it's a wreck for everybody. Let's be clear. Right now, these are theories. This is 50 Cent's narrative. But if this thing drops and people believe it, for Diddy, this is a war on two fronts. He's already fighting in court. Now he got to fight for his entire history. 50 Cent, with his viral marketing skills, could paint a picture that sticks forever, no matter what a jury says. For LeBron, this is an attack on his character. Not by saying he did something wrong, but by association. He spent 20 years building a legacy of excellence. One documentary linking him, even indirectly, to a scandal this ugly? That's a stain that might never come out. It forces the world to ask, King James, did you see something? Did you know? Did your pursuit of power make you ignore the whispers? For us, the culture, this is the heartbreak. Diddy and LeBron are our success stories. They showed us what black excellence could look like at the highest level. To see them tangled in this, it's painful. It creates division. Who you gonna believe? The survivors speaking their truth? The mogul denying it all? Or the provocateur claiming he's the only one brave enough to tell it? And don't forget the legal side. A documentary like this could make new witnesses get brave. It could hand ammunition to lawyers in those existing lawsuits. It could even bring the feds knocking, looking for patterns and conspiracies. So, the million-dollar question, is 50 Cent a hero or a hater? We at the final crossroads. You got alleged victims seeking justice. You got titans guarding their kingdoms. And you got 50 Cent, mic in hand, finger on the trigger. Is he the truth teller? The one dude with enough money, enough street cred, and enough sheer audacity to finally expose the rot at the top? The voice for the people who've been silenced for years? Or is he the ultimate opportunist, using other people's pain to settle ancient industry beefs and get one over on his old rivals? Is this just the most expensive, well-produced diss track ever made? You gotta ask, who's his sources? Are they in the room? Or are they hearing third-hand stories? How's it presented? Is it a clean, factual investigation? Or is it edited like a horror movie, with scary music and shady cuts? What's his endgame? What does 50 Cent really want at the end of all this? Sometimes the truth is messy, and sometimes the only person willing to tell it is the one who ain't afraid to start a fire. For years, we watched the highlight reel, the trophies, the videos, the wins. We saw the story they sold us. But real power? Real history? It ain't made on the red carpet. It's made in the back rooms, on the private jets, in the hushed conversations after the party ends. 50 Cent's documentary is a promise to kick in the door to those back rooms and turn on all the lights. Whether he's going to expose monsters or just cast more shadows, we don't know yet. But one thing's for certain. The era of quiet whispers and protected reputations, for Diddy, for LeBron, and for the whole system that props him up, it might be coming to a screeching, messy, public end. So what y'all think? Is 50 Cent a prophet or a problem? Do you believe there's a hidden web connecting these worlds? Let me know in the comments. Debate this out, and if you're feeling this deep dive, you know what to do. Smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. 'Cause when this doc drops, the whole game changes, and we'll be here to break down every single second of the fallout. Stay sharp. Stay watching. We out.